I've heard a lot of stories wherein architects don't share a good relationship with builders.
Any architect is feeling that they have not been
Heard.
heard.
Yeah.
My friend, you are pitching in to the wrong client or the wrong builder. See, the thing is, COI doesn't allow us to advertise. Not Vastu. This is not because people always confuse this with Vastu.
Correct.
They say, sir, northeasterly color.
Correct.
So I say it's not Vastu. It is pure science. If you see Amazon, Flipkart, or any good marketing websites, add to cart and buy now is always in yellow and orange. So the reason for that is ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದು cuts.
They say an idea can change your life. Well, that's exactly what happened with architect Sagar while he was working on one of his projects, Sammy's Dreamland. Also, speaking about colors, have you guys ever noticed how our mood chooses colors, or even sometimes a color changes our mood? Hi, I'm Gautam, founder of Writearchi. Welcome to the second episode of Architalks with Writearchi. We have architect Sagar with us yet again. While in this episode he discusses about branding, colors, and most importantly, the relationship of an architect with builders. Hope you guys enjoy this podcast.
I was stalking your Instagram profile, and then I see your grandfather was your inspiration for getting you joined in architecture, because I saw this lovely cake where it has a hit at a building. So your grandfather was inspiration for your architecture. How about fashion and image consultancy?
So it's a funny thing because my grandfather was an inspiration for architecture. Yes, he got me a Lego blocks. So you know what is a Lego block, right? So I used to make something and he would come break it. I used to get so angry on him. I used to get so agitated. I'm like, I did it with so much of effort. How can you break it? So later he told me the reason why he used to break it is because he wanted me to become creative and keep doing new things and not stop at one particular model of house. So that was his way of inspiring me or making me think. So yes, funny story. He was the one who was against my fashion. Architecture was him and fashion was my passion. So I kind of did fashion. And but the good part is, the day I did my fashion show, he was against me doing fashion, he was the person sitting on the front seat and cheering for me. So that meant a lot for me.
That's what grandparents are.
Exactly.
Yeah. So one thing I love about your work is you don't separate branding from space. That's what you've talked about in the previous episode about the school, right? So what was your first project combining these two, branding and space, the architecture design? Was that the first project, the school?
No, the school wasn't the first project. The first breakthrough project we have had was with Sammy's Dreamland. So Sammy's Dreamland is in Devanali. So most of your viewers might already know that project. So Sammy's Dreamland is a 22 acres plotted development project. And the difficult part for them was that in a span of 1 year, they were not able to do a lot of sales. Because I think it was in 2018-19, and during that time they were selling a 40-60 plot on that road for, I believe, 1.2 crores, which was quite a big amount for that area. So when we entered Sammy's, we had just got 3 villas. We designed 3 villas as model villas. So we were sitting in the boardroom, and Mr. Sammy Nanmani, he was talking to his team. So we have a very fancy big boardroom there. And he told us, I'm finding it very difficult to sell. People are walking in, but people are not buying. So that was the first time I brought in branding, the concepts of branding into architecture. So we gave him a proposal. We told him, sir, this is your main gate and this is your marketing office. This is a 0.5 kilometer road between this. On the median, let's put yellow and orange flowers. So his point was, I've put palms, I've put so many fancy varieties. Why yellow and orange flowers? I mean, it doesn't make sense. My landscape is so premium. So we said, so you know what, let's give it a shot. Let's try it out. So he got convinced. In 2 weeks, 8 plots got booked.
8 plots,
Eight
2 weeks.
plots, 2 weeks, which had not happened in quite a long time. Now, I still remember this. I was sitting with my wife in Truffles on the Bell Road, and Kirti, who is Mr. Sammy's PA in Bangalore, she patched me with Sammy sir on a conference call. He was in the US back then. So we got on a call, and he tried to understand why we did this. It was very kind of him. And we told him, sir, if you see Amazon, Flipkart, or any good marketing websites, add to cart and buy now is always in yellow and orange. So the reason for that is yellow means excitement and orange means trust. So when you are online and trying to buy something, with these color combinations, they try to trigger your emotions. And then you hit on the buy now button because you're excited to buy something new, and also you trust in the place you're buying it from. So the simple concept, we put it in real estate for the first time ever. And it worked. So even we were amazed. And do you know what was the outcome of that? The outcome of that is we got 22 acres of landscape design. So that was
Just one idea.
exactly that one idea landed us 22 acres plus 33 acres of his second development, which is called the Palm Hills in Devanali near Chikbadapur. So 22 acres plus 33 acres is what we landed with this one simple idea and concept, which worked.
I've heard a lot of stories wherein architects don't share a good relationship with builders. So builders don't, vice versa. So builders don't, like hiring architects, and architects feel they are not, their voice is not heard when they go to builders. So since you have worked with many builders, what was your relationship with builders, and how do you think you can get that connect with builders as an architect?
Okay, so see, right now in our portfolio, we have 300 plus acres we have developed with various builders like, say, Esteem, Sammy's, and Charmian, and a lot of other builders. So the experience what we have had with them is, see, first you need to understand what's the pain point of a builder. The pain point of a builder is the cash flow. He will not make money until he starts selling his plots or selling his project. Now, as an architect, you come in way before the sales happen, correct? Only because of your design, some development happens on site, and then the sales start to happen. So it's a process. You need to work with them. You need to show them how your design can benefit him or her to sell his project at better rates. Let's assume a developer is selling a project at 2000 rupees with your concept and design. Is he able to sell the same project at 2500? If you are able to convince him why he needs to come to you and why he needs to get a design from you and how the design can help him make more money out of it, any developer would come to an architect.
So it's again the communication thing.
Exactly. Communication, and the end goal any builder would have is to make more money. So the only way he can make more money if he's giving something premium or creating a story around the project, because like story sells. Story is what people remember. So just giving a development versus selling a story or an emotion or a feeling, this is what is going to be remembered, and it's easier for the marketing team to sell these things.
But our voice is not heard. Like even if we want to tell about stories, storytelling or something as an architect, though we have ideas, they have their own modular things set up already. So how do we make sure? And that is, I think that's why architects don't tend to go there. Of course, money is there, but they don't have any creativity coming in. So how do they, like, they're not heard. That's what I've heard, like from one architect.
Any architect is feeling that they have not been
Heard.
heard.
Yeah.
My friend, you are pitching in to the wrong client or the wrong builder. See, one thing we need to understand that everybody might not be your client. Like, I'm very selective about choosing my clients, and I in fact give the client also that buffer to select me or no, because there are some projects where I might not be the right architect for that project. So that's where I call up any of my architect friend and I say, you know what, I think this project is not for me, but I think you will be happier to work on this. So we share a wonderful bond with a lot of architects also. So we collaborate over a lot of projects. So the important thing is we need to understand that if your story is not heard somewhere, then maybe don't go telling the story in that place, because there's no value for that story in that place.
Tell us 3 things that architect should know before collaborating with a builder.
The 3 things, I don't know whether it's 3 or more, but see, the first thing I would always say is make a very strong contract. So that is extremely important for any architect and a builder to get into first, and speak about what you are bringing on the table, and also give them a briefing about how your design can benefit him. See, ultimately, you have to talk to people in their own language. Like, if somebody understands, say, Kannada, I would rather talk to him in Kannada than I talk to him in Malayalam or Hindi, right? So everybody speaks a certain language, be it a design language, be it a communication language, be it an emotional language. You need to understand what language your builder is trying to speak. See, majorly builders look for either they are grade B builders and then they want to be known in the market. So they want to become grade A builders. So these are builders who focus more on design, focus more on branding, focus more on doing really fancy brochures, good work basically. There are other set of builders who say, I don't care about the name, fame, anything. I
Which is
just
very
want
rare.
to. Huh?
Which is very rare, I guess.
Exactly. So they say, no, but there are so many builders like this also.
Okay.
They say, my main intention of doing this project is to make money. I want to make money, get out of it.
Correct.
So you need to understand what the builder is seeking from an architect. Might not be necessary that every builder needs a storyline.
They just want money and they want
Exactly.
modular things, and that's all.
Exactly. And maybe sometimes so much of drama or storylines is not required in certain projects. So I think some projects can be pretty straightforward. So you need to understand the language of the builder, language of the site, and then come up with the design. So that's very important. So communication. First thing was the contract, second was the communication. The third thing I would say, what is extremely important, is stay in touch with your clients. Because the reason I'm telling you is, you might have an MEP consultant, you might have a PMC, you might have a structural engineer. A client cannot talk to everybody. So, and as an architect, I think you need to be a one-point contact and trying to make the client or the builder comfortable and assuring him, saying that things are going in the right pace. So that communication, again, I think it's similar to what I spoke in the second one. So stay in touch with them, assure them things are going in the right way.
So communication is the key, and we are not taught communication in our college. So how do you think we need to build that communication skills?
Honestly, Pandu, if you would come to me in school, I was a very introvert guy.
Many of us are introverts,
Yeah.
architects.
I mean, I would never go up to a stage and talk about anything or maybe leave the camera. But I think it's an art which kind of happens to you, because I think when I became an entrepreneur, I had no choice but to go and talk. Uh, I told you about Sammy's Dreamland, right? The funny story is, I met him on the launch date. I didn't know anybody there. I just knew one marketing person there. And she told me, why don't you come over? Our managing director will be there. So I just went there. And we were not big then. We were pretty small. Went there, spoke to him, took the deal. So I think, like you said, communication cannot be taught to somebody. It kind of comes with experience wherein you are there pitching in your things, talking to clients, talking to the contractors. It kind of, you come in the flow and it's like you have to do it. There is no running away from it anymore.
Since you know about branding, one thing which architects lack is this branding skills. Of course, even unfortunately, COA doesn't allow us to do much of branding. So how do we be in that limits of that COA and then still do our branding well, so that we get good number of projects and we get valued for it, not just get a project and they don't understand, not such projects but value adding projects. It might be design wise or money wise, both. We need both.
Very interesting question. See, the thing is, COA doesn't allow us to advertise.
Okay,
We are not allowed to advertise our work.
not branding.
So, when you say branding is very vast, right? I would not call it branding. I would call it educating.
Okay.
So each time a client walks into our studio, they have a certain requirement. I always try to educate them and give them value. I ask them questions. Like, for example, I don't ask them, sir, do you want 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom house? I ask them, who is there in your family? Are there any aged parents? Are your kids planning to go out and study abroad? Do you really require 4 bedrooms? How many guests do you get? So these are questions you ask them and try to educate them and give them a new perspective. So I've had a client wherein we started off building as a duplex house, but I kind of knew that till the construction is over, he will not need a duplex house. He will just need 2 floors. And the remaining 3 floors can go for rent or something. So just because we had designed it in a certain way and the steps was right on top of each other, we just had to put a wall and we gave the 2 floors to him and the remaining floors went on rent. So these are things you need to add value. You need to add value to your client's life. Only then they will come back to you. So I think rather than branding or advertising, if you spend your time educating your clients, telling them what is right or wrong, irrespective they hire you as an architect or no,
Okay.
you should always try to add value to the project. They remember you and they come back to you. Like I still remember when I think 4 years back, I had gone down for a 30-40 site visit. And he told me, sir, I have small doubts. Can you come and clarify? So I went there. I just told him few points and it was over. He asked me what my fees was. I didn't even charge anything. I said, it is just a half an hour I've spent. It's okay. I don't need it. You know what is the good part about this half an hour I spent there on the site? He comes back to me for his friend's project in Vijayanagar. He gave us the complete design consultation, starting from the architecture, structural, interiors, MEP, everything. For half an hour I spent 4 years back. So people remember the goodness, people remember the attitude when you genuinely wanted to help them or give them a good advice. People remember good advices.
I'll tell you a story. So me and my friend Varun, we were going for a project photo shoot, and then we see this house, and we started laughing. We were like, in Kannada there's a word jatre. Jatre tara ಇದೆ. Full green patches in the facade. And I was like, and they think it to be, I think they would think it is, they call it as a green building. what according to you is the actual green building? Because you've been, I think you are a member of IGBC
Correct.
thing. So what is a green building according to you?
See, green building is thrown out as a very fancy word nowadays.
Hmm.
There are two types of people. One is who want to own a green building and who want to live in an actual green building.
Point.
So, people who want to own a green building to show the society are a lot. But people who are genuinely living in a green building, the first major point to look at is their carbon footprint. They have very less waste generation in their house. And most of the things are self-sustaining there. Like how the solar is used, like how the water is used. Every resource in the house is carefully used. The reason being as simple as that they want to preserve the resource for the coming generations. So, according to me, a green building is as simple as reducing the resource use. I have met people who say, I got this laterite stone from Mangalore to, say, Karnataka or wherever, and they want to build a house using it. That's not sustainable. Yeah, the material is sustainable.
But the resource
But
that happens.
yeah, the transportation from there to here, it left a certain carbon footprint. Is it really sustainable? It's not. So the smarter thing is to always use the resources around you. So green building is something where you take care of everything. Like I just spoke to you about a small thing like water. I spoke to you about sunlight. I spoke to you. There are so many other things like window openings. We don't give windows on the west side. Why? Because of the harsh light to come in. When you take care of every single detail like these, all of this constitute together and make a green building.
You've talked about carbon footprint. Now, say a student is watching this episode and he wants to know the carbon footprint definition, not in the book wise, but actually what happens, what is meaning of carbon footprint, and how that student should be inculcating it in the future designs or thinking about it.
Okay. So I met a very interesting person recently. So he's from Kerala and these guys are developing an app, okay? They're developing an app where you can register and calculate your own carbon footprint you're leaving on the earth. So they have been funded by a lot of big giants also. But that's such a unique concept wherein on the ground level, it could be as simple as how much you're walking, what mode of transport you're using, what are you eating, and how is your waste disposal system. So it can actually, enhance your lifestyle and lead you more towards sustainability. So I think on the grassroots level, if you're a student watching this, the first thing what you can do is understand the basics of design. Understand the orientation of a building. Understand the site condition. Understand the terrains. That's the first thing as a student I think you need to understand even before exploring what is green building. If you get your basics right, you'll definitely go there. So that's my advice.
How do you think we can inculcate this concept of green building in masses? Because people just want fancy thing, just as you said, they want to own a green building, and they don't want to live in a green building. They know they want their future generation to be secure, but yet why is it not happening?
I'm actually very happy you asked me this question, Pandu, because we are developing the first green plotted development in Mysore. So this is done by the managing director of Samata Group. His name is Mr. Arun. One of the most sorted builders I've met. So the reason why I'm telling you this is because one of my friend wanted to invest in his project. So I walk up to him and I tell him, Mr. Arun, I have an investor ready to buy a part of your project. He said, I don't know what my selling cost is. I'm like, that was one of the first builder
Exactly.
who didn't know what his selling
Selling,
cost was.
correct.
So I asked him, I mean, do you have a number in your mind? He said, no. I want to develop this community and I want to give it the best. After it is done, I will decide what the selling cost is.
No one does that
No
actually.
one, nobody does that. So I really appreciate Mr. Arun for, completely being there and seeing every single detail. See, it starts from as small as trying to protect the topsoil. And then we have done so many initiatives there. We are using bamboos. We are trying to avoid everything which is non-sustainable materials, and everything we are using, we are trying to make sure it is IGBC certified. So we are taking care of every single detail in that project. So I would say, developers are also leaning towards sustainable projects nowadays.
How about the non-developers who are, day to day, the middle class families,
Correct.
or of course even high class families? They are like posh houses, all that. They can, when they can invest happily into this sustainable living, why are they not doing it?
See, I think it's the lack of education on what sustainability is. So that's what we are trying to solve in the Green Pro Shelters project in Mysore. So in Green Pro Shelters, what we are trying to do is first to educate the masses about what are the things we are going to do there. And Mr. Arun is very sure that he wants to sell it to a community which believes in the concept of sustainability. So he wants to pick his clients also very carefully, because he's not a developer who's gonna do the development and just exit from the property. He wants to actually make a difference in a place like Mysore. So that's the beauty of it.
How can we architects pitch in this education for the masses?
See, I think as an architect, in every building, in every building we need to at least start small. We need to encourage things like solar panels. So many people don't even want to put solar panels nowadays. So we need to educate them what the benefits are. Of course, because not everybody comes with a certain budget. But I think as architects, I would always say first educate the client.
Color branding and color therapy. Tell me more about it. What is color branding? What is color therapy? And how can we architects use that in our spaces, designing spaces?
Okay. See, color is my favorite topic. I've done a lot of workshops on color as well. So before I proceed to color, let's do an impromptu question with you. See, everybody has a particular color they like currently. That color might not be something you like after, say, 1 or 2 years. So I want to ask you this question. Don't think a lot, just answer quickly. What's your favorite color right now?
Red.
Red. And what do you think of first when I tell red?
Apple.
Apple. Okay. My question back to you is, are you hungry?
Yes, I am. It's already afternoon, dude. Yes.
Okay. The reason why I asked you that is, I remember a friend, and I asked him, what's your favorite color? He said red. And I asked him, what do you associate red with? He said blood. So I paused. So I asked him, is there anything happening in your life where you feel anger? He said, I just went through a breakup. So, yeah, let me come to that. So, it means that red is blood equals to revenge. I can give you another example for this. I met another friend. I asked him, what's your favorite color right now? He said black. And I asked him, what do you associate black with? He said darkness. I asked him, is everything okay in your company? When I spoke to him a little more, He said he's looking for funding for his company, and if his company doesn't get funded in maybe a month, he has to shut down his operations. So I say a color can actually make your life or break your life. So when I say color, I carefully pick up colors. Like I would never make a kitchen in red, white, or yellow. The simple reason being, these are the colors which indicate a fake hunger in you.
Oh,
Proven examples, you can go to KFC, McDonald's, you will always tend to eat a little more than you want to.
right. Correct.
So that's the power a color has. It kind of triggers a fake hunger within you and you tend to keep overeating, even if you're not hungry. So simple things can actually, help you to solve so many issues. Like, for example, um, imagine you're having a very bad morning. You're completely irritated.
Right.
You go to your wardrobe, you want it or no, you will end up picking colors like red or yellow, any color which is
Bright.
bright or which kind of irritates you to the eye. But when you pause and pick up a soothing color like orange or blue, your whole day changes, your whole mood changes.
Is it?
Yes. So a color of your shirt can make so much of difference. Imagine what a house can do. Imagine what your office can do. So that's the power of color.
Color is it for living area? What color is it for bedrooms? What color is it for kitchen?
See, there is no particular color for anything, I would say. We have designed a house for a client where both are IT couples, and it was an interior project. They told me the maximum amount of time we spend with each other is in the kitchen, because we come back from work, we don't even stay in the living room. We stay in the kitchen most of the time. We cook together, we come to the dining, eat, and we go to sleep. Now, my priority is to make the kitchen really good. When I say really good, that also means to say I need to use the right proportion of colors. Because if they are not sitting in the living, they are not spending their time doing anything else. I had to give red because red is again the color for love. Red is the color for anger. Red is the color for danger. But red is also the color for love. So you need to know how much color to use in where and why. The why part is very important. So I cannot tell you that, okay, do your bedroom in this color, do your living room in this color. It is completely based on a person's lifestyle. So I had my previous office completely white. The simple reason being I wanted the client to come in with a blank canvas and then we give him the ideas for design. So I think it can be anything. There's no specific colors for any, and this is not Vastu. This is not, because people always confuse this with Vastu.
Correct.
They say, sir, northeasterly color.
Correct.
So I say it's not Vastu. It is pure science.
As a final question, what do you think as we architects should do to give back to the society?
Okay, so see, I believe as an architect, it's our sole duty to make sure everybody who comes to you gets a home they deserve. So it's not only that, let's say, take an example of our own company. We do so many projects as CSR activities. We do low cost housing where we don't take any money. We do religious organizations like temples. We are also doing a school in Mandya, which is for the specially abled kids. For projects like these, we make sure that we are not charging anything, but also helping them to generate funds. Like I remember when the Mandya school people approached me, they said we want to build a building which is for the specially abled kids. I went, met them, met the kids. I was really touched with the kind of work they were doing with them. So we developed a nice 3D. We made a floor plan. Using this floor plan and the 3D, they were able to generate close to 1.2 crores of funds from various MNCs.
Wow.
So, if in the first place, as an architect, I would have, not thought of this, it would never happen. So, I think it's a fundamental duty to help people who are stuck with design. So I don't think that you necessarily have to make big schools donations. Whoever you are, maybe you're a fresher, maybe you're an experienced architect, give back to the community in some way or the other. If you find somebody who is maybe not able to afford your design, but you find him genuine, just take your overheads and at least design for him. He will remember you for a lifetime. Because in India, houses are built only once in a lifetime.
Well, in this episode, we saw how working with a builder is not a difficult task, but choosing one to work with is definitely a task. Also, branding for architects is not much necessary, as branding lies in communication with the clients. How comfortable we make them feel, how well we are able to educate them and make them realize the value of design. Signing off for this episode. We'll see you in the coming episode with another special guest.